everybody, Brendan with Business for Chummies here. Today we're going to be talking about password protecting your precious Excel data. There's a couple ways to do it. We can protect the data itself on the worksheet, or we can protect the entire file and password protect anyone from opening it unless they have the secret password. So first, let's just talk about some of the basic password protections that you can put onto some of your information for those that you want to be able to read and view your data. So here I have a test worksheet. I've been capturing some of the activities of my dog recently, precious data, very close to my heart, and I don't want anyone else screwing with my data. So I want to password protect the ability for anyone to get in here and disrupt my research. So the first thing I'll do is I'll navigate over to the Review tab and I'll hit Protect Worksheet. And what it's going to do is it's going to give me some options here around what exactly I want to protect. So by default, the only thing it will allow users to do is to select a cell that's locked or select a cell that's unlocked. By default, they can't do anything else. You can extend permissions to allow users who don't have the password to format cells, add columns, add rows, etc. But I'm just going to keep it here as the default, and I'm going to enter in a password. I'll put the password as password. And then it'll ask you to re-enter and confirm the password. So now the sheet has been protected. You can see that it no longer says protect sheet, it says unprotect sheet. And so if anyone tries, including myself, comes to the worksheet and tries to type in, it won't allow me to do so. The only way to edit the worksheet at this point is to unprotect the worksheet, and you can do that by typing in the password. At that point, the worksheet becomes unprotected, and now I can add information to my worksheet. Let's say that I have someone that I need to be able to edit this worksheet, but I only want them to be able to edit a specific portion. So I can lock down the entire worksheet with the password, but then I can also allow a specific range of cells to be edited that are excluded from that protection. So let's say I have someone that comes and does my dog walks for me on Friday, and I need them to make sure that they're updating my research data appropriately. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and highlight the Friday row, and then I'll click this Allow Edit Ranges button. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow me to identify a range of cells that should be excluded from that protection range. So I'll go ahead and click New. I'm going to give this title Friday Poops. And then what it's going to do is it's going to pre-populate the range here, B6 through E6, based on what I've already highlighted. If I hadn't done that, I can click the arrow and then highlight the range that I want it to exclude in my protection. And then I'll just give this a password. And I'll re-enter the password. And you can see that that range has now been added to the edit ranges allowed to other users. So I'll hit apply and then OK. And what that's going to do is once I protect the worksheet again, all other cells on the worksheet are not editable. So if I try to edit any of this existing content, Monday through Sunday, excluding Friday, it will be protected. But Friday itself will require a password for someone to enter it. Once that user enters the password, they then have the rights to edit that cell. All right, so that's pretty basic stuff for protecting your worksheet and protecting the data in your existing worksheet. You can also protect the entire workbook. This would give you the ability to lock down pretty much the structure of the workbook, so it would prevent any users from adding sheets, removing sheets, changing the names of those sheets, etc. So I'll just click Protect Workbook, give it a password, and password. And what that's going to do is allow any other user who's not myself to come in and correct those, make those additions. As you can see, this plus button is no longer available. I'm no longer able to click onto the sheet name and change the name, etc. Okay, and finally, what you can do is to protect the entire workbook from being opened. So let's say you don't want to go through the hassle of protecting worksheets, password protecting certain ranges. You're the only person, or if there's only a few folks that should be allowed into the workbook itself. The easiest way is to just protect the workbook. What I'm going to do is just go File, Save As, and I'm going to save this into my folder. But before I save it and give it a name, I'm going to click the More Options button here. And then down at the bottom next to the Save button, there's a Tools option. I'm going to drop that down and choose General Options. And what this is going to do is give me some basic general options, which is to always create a backup of this file when it's saved, or to password protect it. And so I'm going to go ahead and give the file a password. Hit OK. It's going to ask me to re-enter the password. And then I'm going to hit Save. And now what happens is once I close this and reopen, the file itself is going to be password protected. Nice picture of my dog there laying in front of Diamond Head. All right, so I've reopened the workbook, and as you can see, the workbook itself is now password protected. I'll enter the password, and it will allow me to jump in and begin editing. All right, folks, nice quick tutorial. Hope you learned something. We'll see you next time.